I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all-crazy sport newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Thursday, July 18th. 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story comes from Miami, where the San Diego Padres had a near no-hitter. The San Diego Padres are the only MLB franchise to not have a no-hitter in their history. The other 29 teams have a no-hitter, the most recent to get their first no-hitter, the New York Mets, with Johan Santana in 2011. The Padres had a no-hitter through 7 innings, and then Starlin Castro homered on a line drive, and that went to left center. It is his 7th homer of the season, and it broke up the no-hitter in the bottom half of the 8th. Castro also singled in the only other run in the bottom half of the 9th to make it interesting, but the Padres hold on for the 3-2 victory. There were 14 other games on the Major League Baseball calendar, but before we get to that, let's cover Le Tour de France in France. Julien Alaphilippe, who is a French rider in Le Tour de France, holds Le Maillot Jaune, the yellow jersey, which is given to the leader of Le Tour de France. He leads defending Tour de France champion Geraint Thomas from Wales. Geraint Thomas is a minute and 12 seconds behind Alaphilippe as they head into the mountains later today. Caleb Ewan from Australia won the stage in 3 hours, 51 minutes, and 26 seconds from Albi to Toulouse. Stage 12 is 209.5 kilometers through the mountains in the Alps from Toulouse to Bagnères de Bigorre. There is one Category 4 climb, which is the lowest classification of a climb, one sprint point at 130.5 kilometers, and then 2 Category 1s, which is a step below the Hors de Catégorie, which is the most difficult of all the climbs in Le Tour de France and of cycling. It's called an HC climb. Thankfully, they don't have to deal with that just yet. They do have 2 Category 1 climbs before the finish. The stage will take about 5.5 hours to complete, 209.5 kilometers. As we said, it will begin at 5:30 a.m. Eastern on NBCSN. Now, with the Tour de France finished, we cover Major League Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight and the Mets win it. Touch 'em all, Joe. Home run! Mike Piazza.
Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now from Major League Baseball.
14 other games on the Major League Baseball calendar, but sadly one of them was rained out. The Yankees and the Rays at Yankee Stadium was rained out. So 13 other games on the calendar. We'll start at Fenway Park, where Rafael Devers had 3 hits and 4 RBIs as part of the Red Sox 5 runs. Eduardo Rodriguez is 11-4 on the season for the Red Sox. Aaron Sanchez falls to 3-14 for the Blue Jays. Boston's bullpen almost imploded, so we almost had an RBI, a Red Sox bullpen implosion, but Brandon Workman saved the Red Sox bullpen and got the 3 outs that he needed, even though he let in a run in the top half of the 9th inning. The Red Sox bullpen is going to need some reinforcements if they're going to go far in the playoffs. It's the 5th save of the season for Work. At Wrigley Field, Chicago Cubs 5, Cincinnati Reds 2. Yu Darvish is 3-4 on the season for the Cubbies. Sonny Gray falls to 5-6 for the Reds. Craig Kimbrell gets his 4th save of the year for Chicago. Baltimore Orioles 9, Washington Nationals 2. The Nationals came into the league with the best winning percentage since the beginning of May. Trey Mancini had 2 home runs for the Orioles. San Francisco Giants 11, Colorado Rockies 8. Derek Holland is 2-4 for the Giants, and John Gray falls to 9-7 for the Rockies. New York Mets 14, Minnesota Twins 4. Jason Vargas is 4-5 on the season for the Mets, as they scored the majority of their runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. 12 of their 14 runs came in those 3 innings. St. Louis Cardinals 6, Pittsburgh Pirates 5. Francisco Liriano falls to 4-2 on the season for the Pirates, as the Cardinals scored the winning 3 runs in the bottom half of the 7th. The game went to 9 innings, but the Cardinals plated the 3 runs they needed to win the game in the bottom half of the 7th. Paul Goldschmidt hit a go-ahead 3-run home run in that bottom half of the 7th inning to put St. Louis up and give them the victory in the end. Milwaukee Brewers 5, Atlanta Braves 4. Dallas Keuchel falls to 3-3 with a 3.58 ERA for the Braves. Christian Yelich has his 34th home run of the season for the Brew Crew. He hit 36 in all of last season. Oakland Athletics 10, Seattle Mariners 2. Homer Bailey is 8-6 for the A's, and Tommy Malone falls to 1-4 for the Mariners. LA Dodgers 7, Philadelphia Phillies 2. Pedro Baez is 4-2 as the Dodgers reliever this season. Juan Nicasio falls to 1-3 for the Phillies. David Freese had a go-ahead 2-run home run in the top half of the 7th to break the deadlock for the Dodgers. They would put 2 more on in the 8th and 1 in the top half of the 9th, those 3 runs being the insurance runs that they would need, and they win by 5. Cleveland Indians 7, Detroit Tigers 2. Mike Clevenger is 3-2 for the Indians with a 3.57 ERA. Francisco Lindor also had his 15th homer of the season for the Indians. Kansas City Royals 7, Chicago White Sox 5. Danny Duffy is 4-5 for the Royals. Ivan Nova falls to 4-9 for the White Sox. Ian Kennedy gets his 15th save of the season for Kansas City. Houston Astros 11, LA Angels 2. Garrett Cole's 10-5 with a 3.12 ERA for the Astros as they scored 5 of their 11 runs in the top half of the 5th. In the final game of the night, in a blowout, the Arizona Diamondbacks 19, Texas Rangers 4. Arizona plated 14 of their 19 runs between the first and the third innings. They had 5 homers against the Texas Rangers pitching staff. Arizona had 5 homers, Texas had 4 runs. That's the Sport Report for Thursday, July 18th, 2019.
For now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com. This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Channel Sports is strictly prohibited.